wish I could edit Streamlabs. YouTube chat. Okay, let's make this a bit wider. Video output's low. Okay. There. My video output's low, huh? Let's see if I can fix that. Oh, I can't. Oh, I can't change the bit rate until it's I can't change the bit rate till I stop. But why is it? Like, I wish I could see like the drop frames. Well, it doesn't say I'm dropping frames. But YouTube's like, oh, like the stream's not good enough. Alright, I'm gonna wait a couple minutes till I start. Wait a few minutes till I start, then I guess I'll just do random crap and try and talk at the same time. Not exactly what I planned. I really don't understand why do I have potentially serious viewing issues. Do I need to stop and just restart it? Do I? I mean, everything looks good here. Like, from what I'm seeing, everything looks good. Everything looks actually fine. Okay, yeah, everything's fine. Okay, so I'll give it about one more minute before I actually start. I have quite a bit to talk about. Well, at 6:30 I'll start. Oh, it's 6:30 now. Okay then. So welcome to the stream. This is pretty much going to be a, well, I don't really see people here. And what the heck? I changed that title. Oh, okay. Okay. Update and Q&A stream. Today is the 17th, 2018. And now it says my video output is too low again. And the game is not called Fight and Rage. The game is called, we'll just call this final. Yeah, thank you. Alright, so as far as I know, I don't know anyone that's actually a member of my channel, no, member of the YouTube channel yet, which channel membership is pretty much Twitch TV's subscriber thing. It's just less chaotic. And I think this only really works for like the guys that are big on YouTube, like, you know, like Game Grumps and whatnot. But I'm using it anyway, because might as well. So I wanted to actually, to pretty much explain the reason for this stream. First off, I was going to record an update video, and it was going to be pretty freaking long because I had a lot of stuff I just wanted to talk about. But I was unable, every time I recorded, every single time I recorded on Audacity, for whatever reason there is out there, Audacity erased like half, if not all, of the voice that I recorded from my microphone. I don't know why it did that. So every time I exported the file to MP3 or whatever, it would just be like, no. Like, Audacity was just like, okay, I'm just gonna cut off half of this just to be funny, and I'm like, this is not funny. Not funny in the slightest. It really bugs me. So I tried it at least 3 separate times, and every single one of them, Audacity screwed up the recording. So I just said screw it, and it was reaching around 6:30. Well, it was about 5:30 when I saw the time. I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to record an update video and then make sure it gets out at 7 o'clock at the time of when Soul Calibur 3 is supposed to go out. And that leads into reason number 2 why I'm doing this update / Q&A stream. That I didn't really have anything. I didn't have a Soul Calibur 3 video ready necessarily, and that's for a lot of reasons. But I was like, okay, I need to have something there at the 7 o'clock slot, because that's like my second most watched time slot next to the time slot I have World of Final Fantasy playing. At the same time, I don't think people really care in terms of like actually when the video comes out. It's like, if the video comes out, it comes out, and people will watch when they have the time. I don't know. I feel like I have that kind of audience though. So this is pretty much going to be an update and Q&A video. And I'm going to let me tweet this out real quick so I can get people to come in and actually watch as soon as I figure out what That is the server link. How do I get people to come to the channel? Sorry, I am still trying to figure out YouTube stream stuff. It's not as easy as it is with Twitch. Oh, here we are. I'd rather it go to freaking YouTube itself instead of just YouTube gaming. So I'll tweet it out there, and then I need to go straight to the channel. And put it out there. Although I'm not sure if people will actually know or not. Yeah, like it says I'm live now on the channel, but I'm not sure if people will actually pay attention to that. So let me put it out here and there's not really much else place I can actually put it. I mean, I have a Facebook, I just don't really use it. So if anybody comes in, like they can start asking if anybody comes in, they can start asking questions and I'll get to them. But until then, I'm going to try my best to update and hopefully not run out of breath or get too parched to actually talk about everything. This will be like the 4th time I'm trying to talk about all of this that I have to mention. And hopefully at the same time, I will play a bit of Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. So let's actually get things started. So first thing I actually wanted to cover was the fact that yeah, my cat and dog are, well, my cat Socks and my dog Sasha died in the recent couple of months, and that is like, that's pretty harsh. Well, I don't know how exactly to describe it, but it was it's been pretty hard on us as an entire family. Like, I know my sister's been taking it hard. Like, for her, it seems like everything is kind of crumbling in a way, and she's trying her best to keep it together. And then we have my cat Socks, who also died, and that was actually last Thursday when that one happened, and that happened incredibly quick. Sasha died around like practically the end of October to the very beginning of November. And it's been pretty heavy on us. Like I said, it's been heavy on us as a family. It's about to been heavy on me for a lot of reasons, and I try not to let it get in the way of just me doing YouTube videos. I haven't exactly done commentary. Well, I don't really do commentary anyway as a whole, like as a common thing. But yeah, like it's been pretty harsh. Like, my cat dying was just a big wake up call. Like, oh man. Well, because I was pretty angry, to like be perfectly honest. So let me do this quest real quick. Not that I need to do it anymore, but I'm doing it for the achievements. So what had happened, the reason why Sasha died like early November, it was because well, they both died of old age, but Sasha died because there was just as soon as we discovered a lot of things, we just started looking at her, it's just yeah, it's time, and we had to put her to sleep. it wasn't that, and that one was heavy because I know personally, I myself had a lot of hope that things would turn around, but it just wasn't happening. Like the first, at the first notice of this, everything was just going, everything was just going bad. Like at first, it was just, oh well, she's in pain. Well, she couldn't walk, and I'm gonna have to mute this because that song is copyrighted. I'm pretty sure. Like at first, like Sasha just couldn't walk. Like she, and I didn't think nothing of it when it happened. Like I didn't think anything of it when it first happened because it was just like, oh well, she can't walk. Like because when it happened, like she just sat down, like in the middle of the hallway, like okay, and I just like that. Okay, like I guess nothing's wrong. There was something wrong because I called my sister and like, hey, look. So I went, hey, look, Sasha can't walk for whatever reason, and she pooped on herself, like in that very spot where she sat, like, because I let her know for a couple hours because like, okay, well, I guess Sasha just wants to sit there. She didn't want to move. Like I tried to get her to move, and she just like didn't want to. I later discovered like, oh, she pooped, and this seems to be a problem. Now, wow, God dang it, why did I pick this one? Why did I pick that freaking, yo? Now things gonna be harder. So yeah, like that happened. We got her to the vet, and basically the vet was like, well, it doesn't look like anything's really wrong with her, but if you really want to get her checked out, then why don't you go to these vets here? Because we tried to take her to her usual vet, and nothing was going right. Like, the vet was full. The vet was like booked up. So I just had to sit there and be like, okay, well, I guess we can try and take it to the other vet. But we looked at the locations that our vet printed out, and they were all like way too far. Like they were all way too far. By the time we would have gotten there, like the place would close. And then the other thing was like, okay, by the time we got to, like, a lot of them were closed on the weekends anyway. So the doctor said like, okay, like we can just wait and make an appointment. Like we just wait it out and make an appointment. Like it didn't, because she assured us like it doesn't seem like anything's really wrong with her. And so we waited it out till the appointment came. And that's when things were kind of bad, per se. Oh, jeez. Wow. He confused. Wow. That happened incredibly quick. Wow. So, no, I'm not going to continue. Not with that crappy heal. That one has fire. That one equipped fire element. I should have picked up on it. So we left, and on the day, like during that time, like we just had to like try and get her to walk outside. So mom was pretty much unable to do it. She like, I can't bend over and get like and lift her. Like, Brandon, you're gonna have to do it. So I picked her up. I picked up Sasha, and I tried to help her walk outside so she could go use the bathroom, go do her business. It was painful on my back. Like, I still feel it now. Like, I personally still feel it now at times, because how I describe it, what happened, she felt like it was basically like doing a football exercise or a football training exercise, just doing it completely the wrong way. That's how it felt. And that was incredibly painful. Like that was incredibly painful. There was nothing I could, and I was just like, I can't. I'm like, there's no way I can keep doing this. Like, I hope we can get. I was like, I hope we can get her like well by the time, or hope the veterinarian can do something by the time her appointment rolls around. That's where the second biggest issue came about. Because what happened then, like what happened at that point, I told the like we had an appointment set up. Like we had an appointment set up. Everything seemed perfectly fine. My sister brings Sasha in to get herself a checkup. Like, well, not checkup, but to get her seen. The clerk is like, "We can't see your dog." I'm like, "Why?" "Well, our policy states that the dog owner has to bring him in, and you're not the dog owner." So it's just like, wait, and I'm just going like, wait a minute. Like in my mind, I'm just going like, wait a minute. Like this is stupid. Like I understand the policy. I totally understand the policy. And that makes perfect sense. The problem was that it came up as they decided to enforce that policy at an awfully convenient time. Because we always brought Sasha in to like get for her appointments and everything, and they never said a thing. They never said a single word about it up until that point. So we're like, well, we just got Sasha at this appointment, and now, like, you're sitting there telling us, oh, well, your dog can't be seen. It was like, I was pissed off. Like I can tell you, like I was like, no, like this is unacceptable. Like, you're enforcing your rules at an awfully convenient time. That's what was going through my mind. So we got home and we had to call up the veterinarian office, and a different guy spoke to us. We had to make it so that my sister can bring her in and drop her off when need be. Which we had that set up before, but for whatever reason, we got told no that one time. So we had to wait even longer to bring Sasha in for her appointment, and her condition was not looking good. Was starting to not look good. Like we bring her in, and what happens at that point is like, okay. Like we waited for a couple hours. Got you. And the vet was like, the clerk was like, well, maybe next time you should bring her in as soon as this stuff happens. And like, we did, and you gave us lip those times we brought her in. It was so bad. I was so pissed off at that time. I was just like, this is dumb. Like, you have no right. Like, you have no right. Like now you're telling us off. Like, oh, I'm in the right and everything. Like, you have no idea how much I just wanted to go. Like, just jump across the desk in a fit of rage. I was ready to do that. The doctor said, so for back to Sasha, the doctor says that she just needs to take this medicine, and she should get better within like a week or so. So I was still trying to walk her along with many other, like along my sister and a friend. It was still stressful, and over time, I was looking at her, I was like, hey, maybe she's getting, she looks like she's getting better. To be honest, to me, it looked like she was getting better, because she was actually trying to walk, she was trying to eat, and she's trying. Still stressful to clean up after her, clean up the car, clean up the mess after her. But I was dealing with it. and being stressed out. It was about around the middle of the week, like the week's time, like things just started slowly going back downhill and getting much worse. Sasha was just like, I don't like. Sasha was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. She was pretty much like just ready to quit. And that was just like, and that's when mom came in and was like, hey, I think Sasha's dying. Like, I looked it up online, and yeah, like she's showing all the symptoms. And I'm like, mom, like that is not the way to go about this. Like, come on, like you gotta have some hope. And I guess I was just holding on to like, I guess I was just holding on to like a prayer or just being an idiot or something. Because I was essentially like the only one in the house that was like, no, like she can get better. Like she just needs to take her medicine and everything. So I looked. So eventually, like mom didn't even say like what site she found like all this information about like how like the signs of a dog dying. She just went like, yeah, like I looked it up online and it says that. So I just like, you know what? Let me look this up myself. So I went. So I went ahead and I can't even remember what site I went to, but I wish I never went to the website. I was like, I wish I never went there, because after that I just broke down in tears. I'm like, oh my god, like everything is a check mark. Like everything is a check mark. Just about. And I was just like I was literally ready to quit. I was just ready to just be like, no, I'm done. So they came. It was like a couple of days before my sister's birthday, like 2 or 3 days, and we had to put her to sleep. And I felt devastated. Like there was no way I was gonna like do anything for that day or like the rest of the week. I was just like, I don't want to do anything right now. Like, and it wasn't necessarily like just Sasha dying or being put to sleep that got to me. It wasn't completely that. It was just me feeling absolutely useless. That made me go, okay, this is bad. I was just like, I'm done. Like I felt like I was just done with life. I'm like, because like while I sat there and like watched my sister cry, and all I could do was just like put my hand like on her shoulder or like try and cheer her up. I could not get a single word out during that entire time. I was like, yeah. Like, and she was asking, I was like, Brandon, like, why does this have to happen? Like, isn't like, doesn't things get better? Like, does things get better for her? And I'm just like, I have no answer. I literally have no answer. Nothing. Like, because every answer that I came up with was just like, I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know. So I was like, I don't even think I slept that day. Like, I don't necessarily think I slept that day. So for the next time onward, things I guess went back to normal. Just no Sasha. And it would be about last Thursday when Socks decided to start having complications. And his were extremely unnoticeable. Like you would just be like, oh well, nothing's wrong with him. Till that day. So Wednesday night, like he's just sitting in the corner, just curled up, like he's in that leave me alone state. And I've seen him like that before. Like I've seen him like that many times before. He's just, and it's usually because somebody bothered him or somebody just messed with him too much. And he's like, okay, like I don't want to be bothered. So it came Thursday morning. He was gone from that spot. Like he didn't eat or drink or anything. Like I tried to feed him and he didn't show up. He didn't show up to get fed. I'm like, okay, where is he? Like, where did he go? Like he didn't do anything. Like even the times when I finally found him, I tried to bring him food. He would just look at it and just be like, no, thank you. So later on, so that Thursday morning, he actually started meowing like really loud. It was like meow, meow. I'm like, and this is a horrible impression. It was a horrible impression of a cat. So don't count on me for cat noises. Or like, okay, like he has some serious problems. Like, and the same thing that happened with Sasha happened with Socks. He just collapsed. Like he was just like, no, like I'm not moving. And he just kept meowing loudly. I'm like, oh, okay, like this is a problem. Like we need to get him to the vet. So we called him in and got him seen. And it felt like everything was just gonna be okay. Like I was like, okay, like he's probably just gonna go there, and they're gonna tell us that something's wrong, and it's gonna cost us like an arm and 2 legs. For the young guys out there, that means it costs a lot of money. So I'm just sitting here. So I'm sitting there like working on Soul Calibur videos, and failing. And I'm feeling like, okay, well, everything's going to be okay. Then I get a phone call that says, like, oh, like, my sister says, like, yeah, the doctor says Socks is in pain and he's going to die very soon. And it wouldn't be best to even try to take him home. Like, we might as well just put him to sleep now. Like, oh, dear. He wouldn't, like, it was pretty bad. So my day was just destroyed at that moment. Like, I had Soul Calibur on pause. Like, I had Soul Calibur 3 on pause. And I was just destroyed. Like my hope, like, pretty much my hope got dashed incredibly quick. Like, it had no chance. So I'm sitting there, like, I'm literally sitting there just going, something's got to be done. Like, okay, well, like, I'll just go up to the vet and lift my sister in, like, we'll just do the thing. And I was feeling mixed up the entire time. Like, I was feeling incredibly mixed up the whole time. Because I didn't know, like, I literally didn't know what to feel. I was just like, this, like, it's not, like, I'm not feeling like this can't be real or anything. It just felt like I don't know what to feel right now. I'm just like, I don't know what to feel right now. Like, do I, like, I want to cry or I want to get angry or, I'm just like, what the heck? Like, this is not, like, this isn't cool. So at the veterinarian office, I will tell you that, at least from my opinion, it felt like the doctor did not care. It felt like the doctor and the nurse there did not care that our cat was dying and that we were putting him to sleep. Like, they were just like, yeah, we're gonna have to put him to sleep, and it's like blah 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 blah. Like you want like they explain to us like we've gone through this before with another pet. Like, oh, I'm sorry. Like his whole the doctor's voice was so monotone. It's like, and I'm not blaming him, like saying like, oh, he did. I don't really want to say that he didn't care. It was more like he. It was more like he's gone through this so much, he's pretty much desensitized to it. And that's the feeling that I picked up, was like he was desensitized to the whole thing. And I'm like, wow, what the heck? I'm just in there like, this is really dumb. Like, it doesn't make sense. So, and the thing was like, what like once he was put to sleep, like it just happened super fast. Like it was immediate. And I don't blame him, because like Socks ended up weighing in at 9 pounds. I'm like, oh my god, like he really was in a bad shape. Because before they were saying like, oh well, he's severely dehydrated. Like they're like, oh, he's severely dehydrated. He has not been eating. And I'm just going like, well, what the heck? And for a moment, I felt like it felt like the doctors were just looking at me and saying like, oh, like you were cruel to your cat, weren't you? I just felt I did not know what to feel. And what made it worse was I did not get the pet Socks before. Like I did not get the pet Socks before he died. The room was so small, and I was trying to move around so I could actually have a turn at petting him, and nobody would move. Like everybody was just in the way, and I would not. Everybody was just in the way. And I was like, dang, I didn't even get to. So I was feeling bad. Like I was feeling pretty horrible for that day, and I tweeted out like, hey, there's not going to be any Soul Calibur 3 for today or for the rest of the week, because of well, I'm dealing with my cat dying, and I'm dealing with a bunch of other stuff, and it's just not feasible at this moment. Give it magic. Oh, like it's just not feasible at the moment. So I was sitting like it was pretty bad. Like I just couldn't and right now I'm just like I don't know what to feel. Like I'm kind of at that moment like I don't exactly know how to feel. Like I'm kind of just moving along, and I feel like I just make myself feel worse, because when I actually do when I actually. Well, what I ended up saying to myself, like, I was just like, okay, like, look, I got to get back to work on YouTube stuff. Like, because if I don't, people are not going to care that my pets are dead. They're just going to be like, well, you're not making any videos, so we're just going to go watch someone else. Like, this is kind of, and I know that's a bit of a bad way to think about it, but that's, like, my only reasoning for this mentality is because, like, my previous job had this. Like, basically, my previous job at a construction site, it was just like they don't care. Like they essentially don't care like what's going on in your life. If you can't be at work, then they just don't come in. Like that's pretty much how they were. It was like, oh well, you can't be at work. Like it's like, okay, like say you're sick, and it's like, okay, you can't come in to work because you're sick. Like, okay, well, next time don't be sick, and we hope to see you tomorrow. you have to literally call in. Like you literally have to call in, and it's such a dumb thing because you have to leave a message on the answering machine. to say like, okay, wait, why you can't come in? And they was like, to be honest, like they don't like you come back to work after being sick and you're not exactly up working 100%. Like just let that happen, and then it's like you're gonna pretty much be laid off. That's pretty much how that job was going. So I got sick once, and I was like, I got to work my butt off. Like I was still sick actually. Like I was just working out the last bit of a stomach virus. And it's like I went to the bathroom, and like my boss did not care, and he just used it as an opportunity to make fun of me. Because like I went to the bathroom, which is those little, it's those little portable porta potties, as they call them. Like I went in there, like just to like try and breathe and whatnot, and he started shaking the porta potty. Anyway, yeah, I'm like, I wish I did not approach YouTube the same. I wish I didn't approach YouTube in the same. Wow, BlueStacks. This is why I hate using BlueStacks. Let me finish this. Like, I pretty much don't like approaching YouTube in that fashion. Well, that's not good. Okay, that's better. So I've tried to I don't like approaching YouTube in that fashion, but it feels like it's the only way I can. Or it's like, okay, like I have to approach this like business or like work. Like if I'm not working, people are just gonna stop coming to watch videos, and they're just gonna be like, oh well, he's gone. I feel that way a bit now. It's just like, oh well, if I can't play ball, then like if I can't play ball, then people are gonna leave. I just wish I didn't feel that way. So that's like the first thing I wanted to go over, and the next bit is gonna be more about the YouTube channel, like because this bit was kind of like the reason why like certain things have slowed down a bit. I can't believe the game force closed on me. I'm like, why? Like, why does it do that on BlueStacks? Like, why does it crash? Maybe I should have played some Dokkan. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna move on. Like, I'll be back. I actually need to get something to drink because I am parched from talking for like 40 minutes straight. I will be back in a minute. Okay, yeah, I know I still have 0 viewers, but either way, like this archive should go up as actual video later on, so I'm not too worried about it. Alright, so the next thing to talk about, I'm going to skip one of my subjects because I don't think that I should talk about that right now. The next one is talking about this YouTube channel membership and live streaming and whatever else I can fit in there, hopefully. So what ended up, so I don't know how I ended up with this, but I apparently have the ability to basically like have a YouTube channel membership, and basically well, man, I need to stop saying that word. It's pretty much a YouTube channel membership is pretty much just a Twitch subscription thing. The only difference is that it's not as chaotic. I feel it's not as chaotic because, you know, like with a lot of Twitch streamers, well, Twitch TV streamers, when they get like subscribers and whatnot, they get like instead of just getting what was it? Like when they subscribe, like you'll just hear like this huge, like this loud notification play over everything, just like. And I kind of like that, but at the same time I don't. And it honestly just feels like a lot of people like will just like they'll subscribe just to be like, oh well, it's a game. It's like it's a game to interrupt the streamer or whatever. And I see that a lot with like Thero streams. Like like they literally like will do like a donate. They'll literally like donate, or they'll donate, or they'll subscribe, or even like give subscriptions to other people. To be like, okay, like I just interrupted, like hey, I just interrupted like Thero while he's playing Smash Brothers or while he's playing Dragon Ball FighterZ. Because he'll literally just he'll literally like turn his attention away from the screen just to see like, okay, like who did it, like who just subscribed or who just donated. I feel okay, so it doesn't really have that amount of chaos. Which, speaking of, I kind of wish YouTube did have a little bit of that chaos, at least in terms of the in terms of live streaming. I do like the whole streaming raid, the raid streaming function, which basically you just like you can send your viewers that are still up and watching, like you can send them to watch somebody else that you like to watch, so they can just keep watching. And it's kind of fun because like a lot of people will have like this notification saying like, oh well, these people are streaming, and then like everybody that's on that raid stream will just like sit there and post something like, oh, like sit there and post something completely random. And I'm like, okay, and I'm just like, well, like that's kind of, like it's kind of funny. The only thing I don't like about it is like usually like the person that like they'll try and send you to, I'm just like, you know what, I'm not exactly interested in watching that, and I'm kind of done, so I'm gonna just log out. But hey, I mean, it works. It works because you usually have like I would say about 10 to 30% of your viewers that are still watching at the end of your stream. I would say that they're still willing to watch, and they're going to go watch other people. So it's beneficial. Like it's a beneficial thing. Like I wouldn't mind having that on YouTube. Like if I actually start having like friends on I start having like friends on YouTube that actually stream, like I could just be like, hey, let's go watch this person. What do I want to do? So it's actually a fun thing to do. And in terms of live streaming, well, I have a couple of things to say about that. Like one, I'm not comfortable with this layout. Like I know this layout is complete garbage. I know personally, like this layout here is complete garbage. I've been trying to use a layout on Twitch or YouTube so many times. Like I've tried and it's just not working. Like every single time I would use one, Not like it's always something that goes wrong. And who the heck is texting me now? Oh. So I'll sit there and I'll just be like, oh, well, this kind of. So I'll sit, like, I think I can show you now since I am streaming this. So, like, this layout I have here, like, I'm not sure if you can see it on the, well, you probably can't see it on, like, the display. But right here, it's supposed to be, like, this lower left box is supposed to be where the chat goes. It doesn't exactly fit for whatever reason. Like I would try and stretch it and try and fit it perfectly. It doesn't fit. And here it's supposed to be like notifications or whatever. It doesn't work either. Like it does not fit. And like the big part of the screen is obviously supposed to be where the gameplay goes. That doesn't fit for me either. Like the gameplay will not fit this window. Like it'll either be like too small or it'll be too big. I can never get like in between. I can never get in between. And I pretty much just have to settle. This BlueStacks one isn't even really a layout. It's just a bunch of stuff I threw together. That's all this BlueStacks one is. Like it's just a bunch of stuff I threw together. And I'm like, this is kind of dumb. I've been trying to find a layout that works. Like I even try like because I'm using Streamlabs OBS. I even tried to use like their custom their templates that are already pre-made. They don't work. Wow, I'll switch this out. I've tried so many things and nothing works. And I'm like, why does it do this? Maybe one day I can find like the best layout I can, or I can make one that actually works. It might be the fact that I don't really stream I don't really play my games at full screen or something. I don't know. I've been asking questions, and for the most part, I'm generally happy that I actually have something that can play my microphone audio and the desktop audio without having problems. Because before with basic OBS was just nah. You can either have one or the other, but you can't have both. Other than that, I'm trying to find days where it would actually be okay for me to stream. I want to be consistent with this since I do have YouTube channel membership. I've been trying to find days, and I know for a fact I cannot do Wednesday because Wednesday night I am gone. And that, as it stands right now, days where I would feel like it's perfect for me to stream, it's either my anxiety kicks in and I'm just oh well, I don't really nobody's gonna come to the stream, nobody's coming to this stream now, or it's just no, or it's just gonna be oh well, nobody, I'm just too tired. Wow. Except you didn't kill him, Ramza. So yeah, so I have to sit there. So I'm trying to sit there and deal with that and find a day that would be perfect. Anybody that catches this video, I would just ask what time would be what day really. I'm not exactly sure about the time because heck, if I actually put my mind to it and actually wanted to, even though I don't, I would just stream like my whatever I'm playing on BlueStacks and whatnot every single morning. I'll just be like, okay, well, let me do my dailies in this game on BlueStacks every day. But that's another thing. I don't want to be that guy that just, oh, I only stream the mobile games. Because I mainly play console games more than mobile games. The mobile games are pretty much just like it's practically a daily routine for me. Like the mobile games for the most part is just like a daily routine, and in that regard it's just like I don't even really stick to it that much. Like right now I should have been done with Brave Exvius for today, but I just haven't done it. So anybody out there listening, I might even actually make a make a notice on my on my YouTube channel. It's like say like, okay, like what would be the best day to stream? And I honestly would say like not a Wednesday and not I would say like not a Wednesday and not really a Friday. I mean, I could probably swing Friday, but I don't really see myself well, definitely cannot do Wednesday. And Sunday I might be like there's very likely chance I'll be too tired to stream. Okay, so let's see what else what's next on the list to talk about. I'm not even sure if the volume is going on my stream. Okay, so it is. Let me think. Why don't you enhance Snow Pedal? It's so much stronger. Oh, Smash Brothers is the next thing. Oh yeah, I did play a bit of Smash Brothers Ultimate. Like my sister bought the game for herself, and like she bought it for herself more or less, and she got it on Nintendo Switch. Like she got herself a Switch and she got herself Smash Brothers. I played a little bit of it. It's pretty enjoyable. It's pretty enjoyable. Like I actually feel like I have more fun unlocking characters than playing the actual game. I don't know too much about it, but I wish that they would actually I wish like you could actually take your amiibos online and let them fight. I wish you could actually let your amiibos do fight online. Like heck, just make it like an amiibo arena. And like you can just like let them fight it out. And like I feel like that would be an interesting match. But what was it? I did not play World of Light. I watched bits of it, and I'm not going to spoil like the end boss, but I would say that is kind of crazy. That boss is kind of crazy. I don't exactly understand the story. What I wish was added, or I wish what was a feature was that instead of like, oh well, you start out as Kirby, I wish that instead like the game would be like, okay, well, everyone is gone except for you, which is like the Mii fighter, the Mii brawler, the Mii gunner, or the Mii swordsman. Like you pick one of those, like, so you're using your Mii and you're going in to go save everyone. And you basically like get to pick one character out of the entire roster that says like, okay, this is the character you can partner with. I feel like that would have been. I feel like I would have loved to have seen that a lot more. But at least you can use like the Mii, like you can use the Mii fighters in World of Light, I believe. Another interesting thing, and this might be a bit of a spoiler, is the whole it's interesting running through classic mode. It's for certain characters, like if you like every character's classic mode is like it's kind of tailored to like who that character is. So you just have matches that like make references to that that character's game. And I'm like, this is kind of awesome. But I love the fact for Simon Belmont. I love the fact that for like Simon Belmont, the game, like instead of fighting the usual end boss, you fight Dracula, and I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. I was like this is pretty awesome for Smash. And I wish they would do a lot more with that. I don't understand like the problem that I do remember watching Max's stream, or well, his Boss Rage stream, and I was kind of in and out on it. Like I kind of just distanced myself away when when it started getting around hour 4, and he was pretty much just saying I didn't really understand what he was getting at, because he was saying like, oh well, Ken's so complicated to use, because like it was something about Ken being hard to use because like you have to like turn, and like Ken always has to face his opponent or something, and it's like because of that, and like because of the controller, like something with the controller, like he can't do the moves that he wants to do. So a lot of times like he's just making like a lot of his moves are made by mistake. I don't entirely understand what he was getting at with that. I don't entirely understand what he was getting at with that one, and I wish someone could clarify that for me. Because I did understand the gimmick that if you're playing as Ken and Ryu, like you have to, like you can enter like the actual command for like a Hadouken, a Shoryuken, or a Tatsu, and you'll get it, and it will be like a much stronger version than you just pressing like any of the B buttons. But I couldn't exactly follow what he was getting at. Like when he was complaining about the problems. What else about Smash? Like, I guess if I ever got myself my own Nintendo Switch, I would actually play. Like, I would more than likely get that game. Like, I would more than likely have that game. I probably wouldn't play it as much as I would intend to, though. Like, I'm not that big with playing online. Like, I'm generally like, if you asked me like 10 years ago, I would have been like, yeah, let's jump online. Like, let's go. But now I'm kind of like, I don't really want to jump online. Like, I feel like I'm being judged every time I go online. Like, I feel like I'm being judged every time I jump online for any of these games. Like, I have to have like good skill or whatever. And that's like, I felt like that was gonna be a big issue for me when it comes to playing the games. It pretty much, in terms of Smash Brothers, like you have quite a bit to do. I mean, adventure mode is long. Like adventure mode is incredibly long. But then you also have like classic mode, and then you have, I think there's a boss rush mode, and then you got like your other classic melee modes. Well, that's about it. Honestly, not too much else. Okay, where is it? It's just Oblivion. I actually have to pay attention a bit for this one. So give me a second. Yeah, like that guy can actually one-shot me if I'm not careful. How do I'm not that big on playing online, and the one thing I did not like with the whole online thing was the whole, like, what was it, For Glory or whatever that mode was? Like, the special mode, like, if you achieve, like, a set number of points, like, you can jump into this other mode and have, like, straight up one-on-ones. Like, it's just literal one-on-ones with anybody, but you can only run that mode with with that one character or whatever character has it unlocked. And I looked at it like why? Because if you do it normally, I don't know if the update fixed this or not, but if you do it normally, it's just like everybody can jump in. Everybody can jump in, and like what started as a one-on-one ends up being a 4-player free-for-all. Which I also have to say at the same time that I guess that paying $10 a month for online is not that big of a problem for people. Not $10 a month. What was it? $10 per year? Wow, I got this guy again. So I don't know how long I would play it. And right now I can honestly say I still want a Wii U, because of the Xenoblade games. Like I want to get it for that. And wow, this game is actually moving smoothly with that. And nobody got confused. Wow. Let's see, where is it? What else was there? There's not much else I can say about Smash. Like, oh, I don't really care much for, like, I did hear about the whole, like, oh, well, the update lowered the difficulty of the characters. To me, that's just saying, like, if I ever get the game, just don't update until I have all the characters. But I think you're kind of forced to update. I think you're kind of forced to update once you install the game. Well, once you put the game in. I don't know, like, I don't really want to, like, because I didn't mind like, the characters I unlocked, or fought to unlock, I didn't really have that huge, well, I wasn't exactly, like, I wouldn't say, like, oh, well, I'm having a hard time with them. I think the only really unfair one was Lucario. And that's because he got put up, that's because you fight him on that stage where it's Dialga and Palkia. And for me, Palkia came out and flipped the stage, which also reverses your controls. So I was just like, oh crap. And I died because of that. Wow, I got garbage. I feel like a spirit build might work better. I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking. So yeah, there was that I had to deal with. So I'm ready to move off of Smash Brothers. Yeah, mobile games, which I am playing right now. I don't really know what much to say about mobile games too much. I mean, I like them, but I don't like. I like them for each and every one of them for different reasons. I don't really. I honestly don't exactly know why I like Dokkan though. Like I kind of just play Dokkan and it's kind of just there. And I'm at that point where I'm like, okay, Dokkan is kind of, Dokkan's kind of mad right now. And I know people are like saying, like, oh, well, you should just play Dragon Ball, just play Legends. And I'm like, I don't really feel like playing Legends. Because Legends is pretty much like PvP, and I don't exactly care much about it. Like, I know there's a single player, but I don't really care much for PvP. Which is supposed to be like the main aspect of it. And the characters that I like in it are not, like, they're not out. Like, they're not in the game yet. Oh, 4-star guaranteed. So, I played... So, reason why I like Brave Exvius, I like it generally for the story and the music. Like, the story is just... The story isn't like... I guess you could say it is kind of a throwaway thing, but... At least it actually has a story and it's giving you a purpose as to like, okay, well, this is why you're playing this game. Like, this is why this is going on in the game. It's not like Record Keeper. Although, Record Keeper now has its own story, which yeah, like, okay, well, it has its own story as well. And I guess for me, I do like the nostalgia factor that those two games provide. I will say though that in terms of Dokkan, I don't know what, like, I really don't know why I continue to play that game. It's like, it doesn't really suck. It's just like, to me, it just feels like, okay, like, this happened. Like, okay, well, this event came out. Time to get this new character. Why'd I do that? Whatever. I mean, I was like, I do enjoy it because, I mean, it is Dragon Ball. The last one, Marvel Future Fight, I used to enjoy it. And I used to go absolutely ham on it, like, every time. But nowadays, it's like... Nowadays, it's kind of just like... Why bother? Before... And I'll tell you the reason why I feel this way about Marvel Future Fight. And it's essentially... It really just boils down to the whole, like, guild thing. Or the alliance thing, as it's called in the game. I do not like the alliance bit. Pretty much the game requires you to join an alliance. Like, the game pretty much requires that you join an alliance if you want to get everything. Okay, about that. And I hate that. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, they essentially want you to play. Like, okay, well, we want you to play this alliance battle mode. and like they want you to be part of an alliance and like get like have friends and be like be happy and whatnot. I get that part, but basically every alliance that I've been in is pretty much like, oh well, we're gonna kick you out. Like, hey, like you gotta do this. Like you gotta be good in the game. You gotta be good at the game, or just get out of our alliance. And pretty much every single one of them is like that. I'm just like, dude, like I just want to play the game. Because like Marvel Future Fight is pretty much like every mobile game out there for the most part. Like, okay, well, you want to be good at the game? Well, here, like you're gonna need to buy this, like you're gonna need to get this unit, which, oh, by the way, you need to pay cash for. I don't like to say that, but that is the truth. Like there is quite a bit of a paywall or a pay to win factor, I should say. Because like if you want if you want to win, like you're gonna have to pay money, because you like the top tier units are pretty much you have to pay to get them. And I know there's people out there that are gonna be like, oh, well, they're not the top tier units in the game. This guy is the top tier unit. Like you can get him by just doing this mode. Good luck. That's all I can say to that. It's like, good luck doing that. And especially what they did now, and I think I mentioned it before, like what came with the tier 3. Well, what came a little bit after the tier 3 is like they have another thing that you can use to build your characters. They have like another little thing that you can use to build your characters. Like, okay, like your character's still not strong enough? Okay, well, guess what? Now you can power them up so they can be strong against this type of character. And I'm just like, God, I'm like, how much do you want us to continue grinding? And like I said, I hate the Alliance bit. So Alliance battle. So basically, I left my Alliance because it got to the point okay, they were all friendly and whatnot. At the beginning, they were all friendly. Everybody playing the game was friendly. Like, yeah, we're just playing the game for fun. Then, as more people started coming in, Alliance Conquest shows up. Like, we gotta win Alliance Conquest. We gotta win. I'm like, dude, there's nothing about this mode that makes it rewarding or worth trying to win. You don't even really play that mode. You just put characters in and you hope that you can win against your opponent, which usually you don't, because they'll just have the OP unit. They'll have the OP units take up a slot. And it's okay, well, now you can't beat that character without putting forth a lot of effort. And to make it worse, my alliance was just you have to be here and play this mode, or else get kicked out of the alliance. I'm like, dude, are we that desperate to win? I'm just are we that desperate to win? And that was just the start of it. And then they just started making up a bunch of newer rules. I'm like, well, I'm not the leader, so I can't exactly complain, but I am complaining. They're like, oh, well, you need to have this many points and you need to participate in this. And before it was just okay, just make sure you log in and you play every day. Which, that's simple. That's incredibly simple to do. Now it's okay, well, now it's okay, well, you need to do this. It just came to a huge list of things of what you have to do to be part of the alliance. So I left. I was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm out. I didn't even say bye. I was just I'm gone. So I created my own. And I made it I created my own and I made it private because I'm I don't want anybody joining. It's this is just gonna be me and I can enjoy this game at my own pace. And I'm pretty much at that point where I don't really care about the modes. I just care about looking at the characters. I pretty much just only like looking at the characters. at this point. Because before I was like, oh man, I love playing as Rocket Raccoon, and now like pretty much with every new mode that has come out for this game, I hate it. I abhor it. I abhor it now. I'm just like, I hate this whole thing. Because they came out with I forgot what they called it, but it's like you're fighting Sentinels and Master Mode. And I was like, okay, well team up with other players to fight this. I jumped in, the first player left, I'm like, oh great, I guess he hates it because I'm using Rocket Raccoon. I was like, oh, and I'm just probably going, oh, he's using that low tier garbage character. I was like, he's using that low tier garbage character. I'm not gonna play with this guy. So he left. And the other guy was like clearly weaker than I was. I wanted to experience what the mode was, and it was just complete garbage. Like you cannot do that solo. Like you just can't do that mode solo. The boss has so much HP and you take so much damage. It's like it was totally ridiculous to try and even play that mode. And pretty much timeline battle is just like, oh well, just use the characters, just use the top tier characters and you win, maybe. And I'm like, I don't even care for this mode anymore. I just don't, because the characters that are pretty much the ones that are supposed to like guarantee you wins, I'm like, I don't like these characters. Like I just want I generally just play it just to unlock certain characters and then just play. Like, and just look at them. That's pretty much the only reason why I play Marvel Future Fight now. So I might be looking to drop that game, but I don't like. I'm not gonna be like everybody. I'm not gonna be like a lot of other people that like sell their accounts, which I've heard a lot of people do. They're like, oh well, just sell your account. Like somebody else can take over. And I'm like, yeah, I could probably sell it and get some money for it, but I don't want to do that. 2 reasons. Actually 3. First one, like the game's like rules and whatnot deliberately says like don't do that. Like it pretty much says like don't do stuff like that. The second one, I don't want like I might end up having that feeling one day like, you know what? I missed this game. I want to come back to it. And if I got rid of my account, then it's pretty much just gonna be like, well, I don't want to sit here and go through that entire grind process again just to get this character. Like just to like play this character. That's generally why I ended up quitting on Digimon, because I lost my save. Like I had to reinstall it, and I had it backed up and tied to an account. And for whatever reason, I cannot log back into that account. Like, it just says, like, oh, well, your file doesn't exist. Like, this account doesn't exist. I'm like, what? And pretty much with Digimon, I was just, like, only, like, looking at the Digimon. I don't care about playing it anymore, because I noticed that there was like this huge love mask grind that you have to do in order to actually have like a good mega level Digimon. Because it's like, okay, well, everybody has a mega level Digimon, but do you have War Greymon plus 5? I was like, what? And to get War Greymon plus 5, like you have to like fuse like 5 great War Greymons together or something like that. I'm like, that's time consuming. That's way too much grinding. Whew. And the other thing is like when the games lose support, like it's not like a console game where if the console game lost support, then I wouldn't mind it. Like I wouldn't think twice of it. Like, hey, I have the content. But if a mobile game loses support, it's kind of just like, okay, like you guys just stop caring. And I have played games where that's happened. And I just sit there thinking like, well, why does this game still exist? just take it down. Which that's the inevitable thing that will happen for pretty much any mobile game, because it's tied to an online. Because it's pretty much tied to online. Like unless it has like a legit offline thing, or there's a way like you can make some sort of offline server. You're not really gonna like the game will one day die. So in terms of mobile games, I'm actually looking at including Skylanders Ring of Heroes into the mix. I'm not exactly sure if I'll play that one a whole bunch because I enjoyed playing the demo, but at the same time I didn't enjoy playing like the demo or the open beta or whatever. And it's supposed to come out like end of the year or so, somewhere around then, and that's actually coming out pretty close. But if I'm gonna do that, I'm thinking to myself like, okay, I gotta get rid of a mobile game. I gotta stop playing one of these. I don't know which one. I haven't decided which one I'll stop playing. Yeah, let's do the arena. So let's see. But yeah, like I definitely want to play Skylanders Ring of Heroes. Generally just because I still like Skylanders. I wish Skylanders didn't go the route of mobile games, but a lot of things have done that, and there's nothing I can do to really stop them. Okay, so let's talk about YouTube. Well, talk about the common stuff about YouTube as a whole. I'm getting to the point where I'll actually start answering viewer questions, but I haven't seen a viewer pop in the stream yet, so I might end it. Like I might end this stream once I get to that point. Okay, so the first thing is views. Like, I don't really have that big of a complaint about how many views I've been getting. I mean, it's consistent at the very least. My only complaint would be when it comes to like, oh wow, I cannot use a thing. This is bad. Wow, I can't use that either. So pretty much like it comes to the games where I just go like, oh well, I like this one, or like the games where I'm like, oh, I like this game, or games where it's just like somebody suggested it to me. And that's generally like when my complaints actually start kicking in, because I'm like, okay, screw this. Because and those get like, I did Night in the Woods, which was suggested to me by a bunch of friends. They're like, "Oh, this game is great. This game is great. God, like you should play it." I play it, and like I enjoyed some of it. Like I enjoyed bits of it, but at the same time, I was just like, like the viewers did not care for this game. And I just sit and like the entire time I was uploading, I'm like, well, what's the point? While I shouldn't play games for that reasoning, it does suck when like you play a game that like it does suck when you play a game that you like, or you play a game that everybody suggests, and they're just like, and nobody else likes looking at it. I'm not even gonna bring up the whole commentary argument or whatever. Cause it's like, okay, cause people will, well, actually I will. Like people that say like, oh well, you should do commentary. Like, hey, I'm doing commentary. I've done commentary so many times. But you know what happens? Nobody cares. It's like nobody cares that I'm playing the, like nobody cares that I'm doing commentary over this game. And essentially, like I even heard people like say like, oh well, you should play Fortnite. I'm like, I'm not gonna touch Fortnite, not with a 10-foot pole. I don't care for that game. I don't care. Like it's just a game. Like it's just a game that I'm like, I look at it, I'm like, it's not for me. I don't care for it. Like a lot of the games that people have suggested, like what's supposed to be like mainstream popular stuff, I don't care for it. Or not. I was just like, I literally sat there and like, where's Absolute? Oh my god! For whatever reason, now I miss at the 1%. Yeah, it's I like. I mean, I generally just play what I like, and I honestly have no problems with that. My real problem just comes with like people wanting me to play games I just don't like. Like, oh, well, you should play Fortnite. Like, I still remember the guy that was like, oh, well, you should play. He was like, oh, you should play Minecraft. I'm like, I don't like Minecraft. I was like, just try it. And I'm like, I have. Like, I just don't like it. Like, I've had so many people suggest stuff like that, and I'm like, As for the other games people have suggested and I've actually started or played, I want to get back to those one day. So yeah, like I do know that those games are still on the back burner and I will play those at one point. But for certain other ones, like there's either something stopping me or it's just like I'm not gonna play this. Like don't even force me or like beg me to play it. Because I'm like, it's not happening. Let's see. Okay. So, the games I did get for free. I know there's a lot of people that will be like, oh, how'd you get this for free or whatever. And I'll tell you this right now. Those games... I can only technically say that they were free. And it's only technical because the people or the company that hands you the game, they expect you to play it and they want you to like give your thoughts or just show gameplay of it. And that's what's happening. The reason why I mentioned that, oh, well, I got this game for free or whatever, is because I have to. I don't know how it is in other countries, but in the US, you have to mention that you got, like, if you receive something for, like, you receive this game for free or whatever, or like you received a product for free and you're doing a video on it, you have to mention that, hey, I got this for free thanks to these guys. Because if you don't, you end up landing yourself in a huge amount of trouble. So yeah, like there's that. I'm trying to remember the website. There is a website that you can go to, and actually, there's a website you can go to, and it's like you can apply. I have to look this up real quick. There's a website you can go to, and you essentially have to apply to actually get said free games. And it's kind of random whether or not they'll give you a free game or not. Let me see. Yeah, if you go to Keymailer, if you go to keymailer.co, let me make sure it's the right one. Yeah, you go to keymailer.co. So, www.keymailer.co. You can actually register on that site, and you can apply to get a free game there. Now, that's not actually going to say like, oh well, now I'm going to get this game for free. Like that's not really going to happen. It doesn't like. Basically, that company will just look at your account and be like, okay, well, maybe I should try this guy. They essentially need a reason as to why they should send you a copy or a code to whatever game. And you have to play the game. Like, you have to play the game. You can't just be like, oh, well, I got this free, now I can do whatever. No. It doesn't work that way. Oh, dang it. So, yeah, like, the reason why I mention it is because I have to. Like, the law says so. And I forgot when they put that law into effect. But, yeah, that's the reason why I have to say that. So... oh, I don't like talking about this crap. I really don't, but I have to. The content ID claims, and it's kind of, like, I would say it's getting a bit serious. Because one of the things that happens for, like, one of the things that's been happening for content ID claims, and I've been meaning to mention this a long time ago. You can't really, like, a lot of people have actually been losing the monetization on their YouTube channels because of content ID claims. Or, well, there's a rule out there that they call duplication that YouTube came up with now. Or they put into effect, and it's probably been there. But basically, duplication is like, if your video looks like a robot created it, or you took somebody else's work and you just straight up took somebody else's work and put it on like your own channel. Like, you know, like people will just mirror, like, people that mirror like content, or just people that just steal the videos. You cannot monetize. Like, they can take your monetization away if they, like, when they investigate and they find that. And apparently content ID claims also deals with this as well, because I found, like, a lot of people that have complained, they went, oh, well, I lost my monetization, and I don't even know what the heck duplication is, and YouTube will not explain it. YouTube won't really explain it. They'll just say, like, hey, your channel has a problem. Like, and it's called duplication, you need to fix this. And what they'll do is, like, they'll take the monetization away, and then they'll be like, okay, like, here, you got 30 days to fix it. If you don't fix it, then your monetization's gone for good. That's literally how it goes. So that's a huge issue. Another thing is that a lot of companies, and this, like, applies to all forms of music or all forms of content. But I'm gonna talk about the music first. a lot of the music has been changing hands in terms of third parties. Like people who pretty much own the content before, like the companies that originally owned the content before, apparently either no longer own it or it has gone to a different third party company, and that third party company is like, you know what, I'm gonna make as much money as I can off it, or they just don't care and just like say like, okay, well, it's ours. I've never seen the game run this fast before, especially while streaming. So yeah, like you have to. So I've actually had a lot of third-party companies like just go back and be like, and I had to deal with some of my old copyright, well, content ID claims that I dealt with a long time ago. I was like, what the heck? Like, this is like, what the heck? I was cleared by this company. And now it's like, well, this content is ours now, so, and we don't think like, and we want our money or and stuff like that. The other thing, like one of the worst things is that, and I hate Activision and the company for this one. I copied down. I actually took a screenshot of the email about this one too. I complained about it. Like, hey, I don't think this copyright content ID claim is right, and this was on a Skylanders video. They're like, oh, like, yes, no, it doesn't, I believe this belongs to this company. And then they just went, oh, no, it doesn't. It actually belongs to us, and the content ID claim will stay. But you can have your video up, but if we choose to, we're gonna we could take down your video. And I'm like, what? I honestly saw that and just like, what? So, I could understand that, yeah, they own the content. I can totally understand that they own the content. But the part where they said like, oh, well, they can take down their video if they wish, or really, they said it in more or less a nice fashion where it was like, okay, but if we wish, we're gonna ask you to take down the video. And in my experience, like, they're not gonna ask; they're just gonna be like, copyright strike. I hate to be that negative, but that's how I feel like they're gonna treat it. Like, oh, yeah, this is our content, and we no longer want you to upload it. So there. So I had to actually go back and edit a couple of videos just to keep it on YouTube. Which that pissed me off quite a bit, because I was like, this doesn't make sense, because I have to do this now just to keep my content on. Like, I already dealt with the content ID claim, and now somebody else owns the music. So, and they're like, oh, well, you don't own it. Like, yeah, you don't own it. Which that part's true, and now it's like, I've never been bothered by that so much in my life. And it actually gets worse in terms of the video content, because one of the, oh my god, she fully healed. So for the video content, I actually had trouble with this with My Hero 1's Justice, and I didn't even know, but I was in there like, okay, well, why is this claimed? Like, it's just the super attack animation. This doesn't make sense. Like, it is literally the super attack animation that is being claimed. Nothing else. I'm like, why is this being claimed? Like, this is actual gameplay, and I recorded this using the PlayStation 4's recording function. I recorded it using the PS4's recording function. So, if you don't know, like, PS4's recording function, like, it actually blocks out the stuff that is not supposed to be on YouTube. Or, well, the stuff that you can't record. Because, like, people are know, like, okay, well, you're going to record this and you're going to share it. So, for My Hero 1's Justice, they completely blocked out story mode. Which is still rather stupid because I see people still able to upload story mode and they use their own capture card and do it anyway. But I was in there, like, I sit there and respect it. And instead, like, I still get content ID claimed for video data of Tokoyami doing his super attack. I'm like, what is this? Like, this is dumb. Like, this doesn't make sense, to be honest. So I actually went and contacted Bandai Namco again, because I've done this before for Naruto, and the same thing that happened with Naruto happened for this. They took practically a week to respond to me, for one. Which I guess I can understand, because I mean, like, okay, well, maybe they have like a flood of messages or whatever. So instead of actually getting help, the guy that replied to me was like, okay, we don't deal with this. They're like, we don't deal with this, so you're gonna need to go contact our Twitter group and ask them about it. So I went and asked them on Twitter. Never got a response. Not a single response. I was just like, they're gonna get, like, even if they did respond, I feel like they're gonna give me the runaround. Like, that's how I felt. Like, I felt like they were just gonna give me the runaround and not even care. Because who cares? I'm not a big YouTuber. If I was a big YouTuber, like, well, I don't even like using the term big YouTuber, but if I was like a more well-renowned YouTuber that had some weight to my channel, they would have been like, oh, we're sorry. But no, like, I contacted their Twitter and they did not say a single thing. Like, I got no response. It's like I've been blacklisted by them or something. Oh boy, I hate content ID claim, and I don't think there's ever gonna be an end to it. So, well, there's not really much for the viewers. There's no one watching, at least from what I can see. I mean, unless I'm actually dual streaming and I'm actually streaming on Twitch as well. And I don't know it. I'll check in a minute. Like, well, actually, let me check right now. Am I actually streaming on Twitch? I highly doubt it, because I think I'm still with YouTube. Yeah, I'm still on YouTube. Still just streaming only to YouTube. I haven't used Restream yet. I want to use Restream to just stream both Twitch and YouTube, but maybe like when I get bigger, I'll do that. Like when I get like a better following, because I understand like people don't like watching streams on YouTube, or they don't like watching streams on Twitch for whatever reason. Heck, I might even actually branch out and go like Mixer and whatnot. So I'm gonna try and answer the comments I've received. And for the most part, I generalize these because they've been made by, like, these are the ones that pretty much been made by different people. And like, it's either like I tired of responding to it, or it's just like, why should I respond? So the first one I generally receive, and I don't know why. Like people ask me like, "Oh, how do I get or how do I play this game?" And a lot of people, and I think a lot of people in that regard, they're just asking me for like, "Oh, well, can I get an emulator and play this game?" I'm like, I didn't play this on an emulator. I played this on my actual console. Like I played this game on my actual console. Like I played this on my actual console, and I and I played it. I was like, I played it that way. Like I got a capture card to do so. But I mean, if you really want to know like how to get it, just go to eBay. I like go to eBay, go to Amazon, wherever, and you can find the game. Like it's really not that difficult to actually get your hands on a copy for most games. Only difference is just how much you're actually going to be paying, maybe. But I haven't used an emulator in like a decade, pretty much, because I don't really see a point in doing so. I guess if I really wanted to, I could play like a hacked version of whatever game. But I do know about like, oh well, the companies are various companies are cracking down on the use of emulators, and they're eliminating sites. So I can't really say much about, like, I'm not gonna tell you like where to get an emulator. I mean, you can easily search for that on Google. Like, you can easily run a Google search or Yahoo search or whatever, and you'll find it. Let's see. So what music? So next one I generally get a lot is what music did I use in whatever video. It's hard to answer that now. And in a lot of cases, I'm probably going to end up changing a lot of the music because I'm finding that there's music that is starting to be claimed a lot. Like I hear from various streamers, a lot of the streamers, like Mega Man X music is being content ID claimed. Like especially on Twitch, like, oh well, you can't use Mega Man music on Twitch. I'm like, what? And I figure that if that stuff is happening on Twitch, you can't use it on YouTube either. And I'm kind of just going like, what? Like, I never had that kind of issue before. Not with Mega Man. Although lately I haven't really had much of a use for Mega Man music to begin with. So I kind of find that weird. But generally, like, a lot of my, like, I'll try and list. Like if I did use a different song in a video, I'll try and just list like what song I used. I know for the most part I'm gonna have to cut back or just completely stop using the Super Robot Wars or Super Robot Taisen music because third-party companies are coming for that music now. I don't know why. Like their music is great and like their music soundtrack is great. But they're starting to come around and start claiming those. And I'm like, maybe I should just stop using this now. Okay, so, so if there's a video, if I have a video out there and it doesn't list the song that I use, like, just let me know. And I'll just go back and edit the description and put in the music because I did have the music listed as to what I used for each video. And the problem with that is that I can't. Problem with that is like I did a bulk update for all my videos in terms of the description, and I removed like everything from the older one. Like I removed the older description completely. And I just put in a newer generic one for each one for the video. And having like with as many videos that I have now, it's kind of hard to just go back and just sit there and like edit each and every one where I edited the music in. Because either YouTube either YouTube's bot caught it first, and it's like, okay, well, you now have this content ID claim, or it's just way too many to go through and just be like, okay, did I use music here? Yes. Okay, I gotta change this. But if not, then I just have to check. I just have to edit it. Well, okay. So, and the last common comment question that I always seem to get, and it just irks me so much, or really, I wouldn't say it irks me, it just turns me off. When people type in nice video or good job, like, to me, like, when I read that, it's just like, what? I feel like it's just a bot putting that in. I literally feel like it's a bot putting that comment in. Because they're just like, oh, well, I'm a bot. Like, I just put this comment in and I didn't really watch the video. And oftentimes I feel they really haven't watched the video, because I would see that comment pop up on a brand new, like a video that just dropped. Like, I would see it pop up on a video that just dropped, and I'm like, what? Like, dude, it just released. Like, this is like, and you put that comment in minute 1. This video is longer than that, so there's no way you could have typed that out and said, oh, good video. Like, that, to me, that feels like a bot. And like, I just get, like, I get totally turned off. I'm like, I'm not interested in reading the comments. Oh boy. So I got, oh man, I'm pretty much at the end of the stream and now I get a viewer. I was like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to call you out, whoever you are. Like, I just looked and I'm like, oh, I got a viewer. I don't know who it is, because I guess they're not registered. I don't mean to call you out, but yeah, it's just like, oh, I'm just about ready to end the stream too, and it's been about 2 hours. Oh boy. So I can't really think of any other common comments that I get. I suppose I can actually just scroll through. I suppose I can actually just scroll through and actually just see if there's any of them that stand out. Because I do have the comments page here. Let me see what I can find. Because now, let me see what I can actually find here. Answered that one. Yeah, like this comment here that says, like, I can understand the reason why people would do that, but where they would go like, oh, good video, hey, check out my channel. I don't really feel like I should check the channel. I'm not gonna say who it is, but I just feel like you're not really here to watch. Like, you didn't really, to me, it's just like you didn't really watch my video, and at that same time, you want me to watch your channel. Like, you want me to, like, view your channel for whatever reason. And I don't know why you want me to view it. Like, what the heck is your channel about? I'm looking at it, I'm like, what is your channel about? In fact, I'll actually go to your channel. I'm not going to show it here. Okay, so this guy just uploaded like a bunch of My Hero 1 Justice. Like, he just uploaded a bunch of My Hero 1 Justice videos, and he doesn't have that many views. but I don't exactly see much of a reason to actually I checked it out. So I did, but I don't really see much appealing to me. Oh, I like this one. Okay. So for on Digimon World Digimon World Data Squad, that one boss fight video that I put up, he says, I remember this fight, and for the life of me, I just could not beat him no matter what. I did do some grinding several times, but after that, I still never beat it. That was many a year ago. Now I am 19, and I am going to play this game all over again on an emulator because I'm pretty sure my PS2 is non-functional at this point. Not even gonna try, but maybe either. But the point is, at the years of torment of the memory, I swear to you, Gaming Mole, I will beat this boss this time. Okay, Ping Meta, I hope I said that right. Good luck to you. Good luck to you on that one. Yeah, I like comment. I generally like if the comments are actually meaningful. Huh, I didn't know. Okay, so the hidden boss says for Soul Calibur 3 and the character customization video. Soul Calibur 3 had pretty solid character customization that didn't have any particular clipping issues or clothing conflicts in particular. Adjustments were made to clothes being overlapped or made hidden since you wouldn't see it anyway. I wasn't a fan of how the character alignment thing was handled with each individual part equipped, but I did like how it alters the personality of each voice. Yeah, I guess. I mean, in all honesty, I'll tell you this for Soul Calibur 3. It's not really, I would say out of all 6 games, and I barely played number 6, I would say Soul Calibur 3 is my least favorite Soul Calibur game. I would say that is my least favorite because it just like everything Soul Calibur 3 does, it kind of just feels like you just got the game and crammed as much stuff together into one game and put it out there. I think my major turnoff in the game is the fact that you still have the whole weapon system, the customization weapons, and a lot of the characters that you fight, at least in the Tales of Souls mode, they will use the custom weapons, and those are freaking OP. I didn't really mess around too much with the character customization because I think I only really messed around with it when it came to Soul Calibur 4 and 5. I haven't messed around with it in 6 because apparently you need apparently in Soul Calibur 6 you actually need you should just go buy the season pass and you'll have all the parts. Which I think that is a pretty stupid move, but hey, if they gotta make money. Let me see if I can. Okay, yeah, I can do it like this. I can just go here to the editor and just read comments. Oh, yeah, okay, so, yeah, this guy, and this is when it came to, like, people asking me about the games and whatnot. Whatever, like, I answered this guy, but I think I can give a better answer now than I can actually. I think I can give a better answer now than I can, like, in actual words. So, he's asking about what happened to my Skylanders trap team, that whole nightmare difficulty boss rush bit. Basically, I lost interest in it because the next Skylander game came out, which was Superchargers. Like, Superchargers came out at that time, and then a bunch of other games came out. I lost interest easily in Trap Team because, like, Trap Team, there's a lot of stuff in that game that I just don't like. And there's also the fact that I don't want to sit there and edit in more music. Especially now with, like, the content ID claims flying about. With the content ID claims flying about, I don't want to, like, sit there and just go like, okay, well, I got to carefully pick which song I want to use. And it sucks because the songs that I really want to use, I can't use because I know those are content IDs. I'll get a couple more and then I'm gonna have to stop the stream. So let me read your comments. I'm trying to find one. I want to find at least one more. One more good one. Like, I want to find a really good one to leave out on. Well, I will say this. Like, I am thankful to those people that, for my Sonic Adventure playthrough, I'm thankful to those guys that actually put in the time codes in the comments. And I need to make sure that I gave those people proper credit. I need to make sure I gave those people proper credit when it comes to that, because that saved me a lifetime of headaches. Okay, that one might be the comment, but I want to scroll down a bit more. That might be the one I read. I don't care for first comments. That goes along with the comments that say, like, good video. Okay, I think I'm just gonna have to go with that one comment because that, like, I like the lengthy comments. I don't understand that one. I'm just gonna reply to that one real quick. Why? Okay, I'm gonna have to scroll up because I don't see anything else that stands out. I love, like, if there's comments that I like to read, it's the lengthy ones. Like, I like reading the lengthy ones because it just, like, to me, it just shows, like, yeah, you like the video. Okay, so from this guy on, yeah, that video. That's the side 3 video. Okay. I knew I wasn't the only one who thought Persona 5 was inspired by Sly Cooper. Everything from the Thieves persona, the cel-shaded logo designs for the characters, the mask Joker has against Sly's mask, the way how each world, the guard enemy has a different appearance and runs after you when they spot you. Persona 5 does the same thing. And how the world, and how open the world is. Even the running Joker does is reminiscent of Sly's, and even the intro mirrors Persona 5's intro. Kinda does. And did you ever notice how Morgana's color palette is very similar to Sly's? This is quite interesting because Sly 3 was my first PS2 game and one of my favorites, and Persona 5 is my favorite PS4 game so far, yet to play Red Dead or God of War 4. So it makes sense. Persona 5 remind me of a swagged out edition of Persona plus Sly Cooper. Oh, well, I'll be honest, like, I only made that comparison. Well, I only did that video and another one of combining Sly Cooper with Persona 5's music because, well, it was like the Phantom Thieves. Like, it was the whole Phantom Thieves thing combined with, like, they were thieves and Sly Cooper was a thief. That was pretty much the only reason why I did it. And it felt like it just flowed together because the music worked. Like, the music for that game works. I wish I would. Well, I did make the. Well, I would do a playthrough of Persona 5, but I did make the rule of not playing M-rated games, and I intend to stick to that as much as humanly possible. Like, I don't really have a reason as to why I should play an M-rated title as of yet. I don't mind, like, I don't really mind watching it, which will probably sound hypocritical of me, but hey, that is how I do. That's pretty much how I live. And I'm being bothered. So, okay, so I'm pretty much done with the stream. Not really many people came in to watch, but I'm done with the Q&A. I'm done with the Q&A. I am done with the updates. I'm glad that whoever came in to listen, or who has yet or is listening now, because this video will go up as actual video later on, listen to what I had to say. I will try and come up with a better stream schedule. Until then, I am Brad Reedy Gaming Mole. I will be signing off. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time round. Peace.